Right, people, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is the Blue Forex Group. If you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please do, because we have something new coming on. Going forward, we're going to teach what Forex is all about. We're going to look into the basics of Forex, and then we'll move into the advanced course of the Forex. And so if you're here, then the best time to subscribe to our YouTube channel is now. All right, so on today's episode, we're going to look into what Forex is all about. We are going to also talk about what is traded on Forex, and then we'll also dive a little bit into what a Forex broker, as well as the times that we trade on Forex, as much as what is traded on Forex. All right, thank you so much for having the patience to be here. I assume that you are very much interested in learning what the basics of Forex is all about and having the understanding of how the Forex market operates. So, without wasting much time, let's start with what Forex is. So, Forex, in simple terms, simply means that foreign exchange. All right, so just assume Forex to be like the forex bureaus you have in your countries. All right, so imagine that you're traveling to a country that do not use your currency. What do? You need to walk into a forex bureau and then have to exchange your currency with the currency of your destination country. All right, and so the moment of changing one currency for the other, what happens right there is what we call forex exchange or foreign exchange. All right, and that is what we call Forex. So Forex simply means the exchange of one currency for the other. All right, what we do on the Forex market is basically just the same thing as what the Forex bureau does. All right, so the question I will ask is that how do the forex bureaus in our countries or in our jurisdiction, how do they make their money? All right, so they make their money based on the exchange of one currency to another. So either exchanging the US dollar for the Great Britain pound, either exchanging the United States dollar for the Euro USD, either exchanging the Swiss franc for the United States dollar. All right. So the process of exchanging these two currencies is what we call foreign exchange or forex exchange. All right. So that is what it is. Something so much interesting about about the forex market. Now, the forex market has what we call a liquidity of about 5.3 trillion. All right. Now, this liquidity of 5.3 trillion is traded on the forex market daily. So the daily liquidity of the forex market is 5.3 trillion. Now, when we talk about liquidity simply means the amount of money on the market, the amount of money that is traded on the market. All right. So 5.3 trillion is traded on the forex market each and every day. And so that is why the forex market is one of the largest, and it is one of the lucrative market compared to the New York stock exchange, compared to the crypto market. And that is what makes it very lucrative and attractive to a lot of traders. All right, because at the end of the day, you have 5.3 trillion to squeeze something out of. And so this is what makes it very interesting. And these statistics are online for everybody to get to know. Now, what is traded? Somebody may ask, what is traded on the forex market, or what at all do we trade on the forex market? So I explained that it is just the normal market, just like you have on or in your countries or wherever you find yourself. All right, when you go there, when you walk into one of the market, when you walk into, let's say, Walmart, or let's say any supermarket that you walk into, what do? You go there to exchange something. So you are either buying as somebody who walked in there, or there is somebody who is also selling to you. So there is always an exchange. So you walk into a market and then you go and then buy something. Now, the process of buying is trading. You are trading what you have for something else. So the process of that buying, or the process of um, getting something from either of these market, is what we call trading. All right. And so it's basically the same with the forex market. We trade currencies, we trade metals, we trade shares, we trade cryptos, we trade oils, and then we trade stocks. All right. And so one will ask that, how are you able to trade currencies? How are you able to trade metals? How are you able to trade shares? How are you able to trade stocks? Yes, that is the reason why you need to continue to stay on this page, because I'm going to break all of this down for you to understand. So subscribe to this channel and then keep your notification button on. Now, what are some of the currency pairs that we trade on the forex market? We trade what we call the United States dollar, we trade the euro, we trade the pounds, the Japanese yen, the Swiss franc, the New Zealand dollars, Australian dollars, etc., etc. So there are a lot of currencies that are traded on these on this forex market. All right. So one will ask, how are we able to trade on the forex market? How are we able to have access to the forex market? All right. So I know a lot of people do ask this question. Now there is a third party that plays a role between people that trade on the forex market, which we call the retail traders, and then the forex market. So there is a third party we call brokers. All right. Now assume brokers to be like a bank, or just imagine brokers to be like a bank where you put your money, and when you put this money there, you tell them that they give you a link, or they link you to the forex market. All right. So that you'll be able to use the money you have put in this brokers to be able to either sell or buy. All right. So brokers are companies that grant us access to the forex market by providing what we call trading accounts. All right. By providing what we call trading accounts to we, the retail traders. All right. So that is what brokers do. Now, not just that, brokers also provide what we call leverages or support functions. Now, Forex, in essence, was actually traded by the big boys. When we talk about the big boys, we are talking about the big banks, Bank of America, the in fact the big banks, all right. So these were the people that traded forex, or these are the people that trade forex. But we, the retail traders, were also looking for an opportunity to trade on this market as well. So the brokers came in and they are like, okay, I'm going to give you a leverage to be able to have a big size capital to trade on the forex market. As we go deep into the course, you'll be able to understand what leverages are, how they look like, and how this plays a very important role in trading on the forex market. Now, some example of brokers that are very popular is what we call the Wanda. We have the Hot Forex. We have the Xness brokers, FBS, Light Forex, etc. There are a lot of brokers, all right. But before you trade with any broker, make sure that this broker is a regulated one. There are a lot of illegal brokers, in the market, all right. So before you put your money into any broker's firm, into any brokerage firm, please make sure you do your research, make sure you do your background checks very well to ensure that these brokers are regulated. Are regulated. all right, before you lose your money. Now, Forex, as just like any other business, has time zones that we trade. All right. So you don't just wake up and you feel like, hey, let me just go and print money, and then we're on the market printing money. No. All right. So just like any business, Forex has also its time zones that we are able to trade. All right. Now, the most important thing that you should understand is that the Forex is traded from Monday to Fridays when banks are open. All right. So when banks are open, the Forex is also open. All right. And then we have trading sessions. And so we have what we call the Sydney session, we have what we call the Tokyo session, the London session, the Frankfurt session, and then the New York session. All right. So we have the Sydney session, which represents Australia and other countries around that time zone. All right. So this session is when Australia and countries around Australia are awake and working, then the market opens in Australia around that time. So if you are awake around the Australian time, then you can trade on the forex market. All right. We have the Tokyo session as well, which sometimes people call the Asian session, as well as the Japan session. All right. So this time is when these countries are also awake, and you trade around, and you are awake as at that time, you can trade around those times. We have what we call the London session. All right. When the London banks are up and running, that is a session what we call the bank session. And then we have the New York session as well. Now, Forex is a 24 hours market, obviously. So it is traded from 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. All right. So Forex is a 24 hours market. It is most times regarded as a market that never sleeps because it's open for 24 hours of the day, except on weekends, just as I explained. So on this note, um, we will end our first section about the basics here, and then our next session will be about the terminologies used in Forex. All right. Thank you so much for joining my YouTube channel. I'll see you again. Bye bye.